Hi, I'm Frank Galati. I'm a member of the Ensemble, and I'm directing an adaptation of E.L. Doctorow's Civil War novel, The March. We don't have a war and peace as the Russians do with Tolstoy's great epic. But maybe E.L. Doctorow's The March comes close, because it is the story of our defining tragedy. 620,000 combatants were killed in the Civil War. That in total is more than all of the wars, including World War I, World War II, and the Korean War combined. It's November of 1864 in Milledgeville, Georgia. And Sherman has captured the town and gathered his men and is preparing them for a march to the coast, to the sea. In attendance, along the way, the story gathers in these locals and soldiers that it focuses on. Women and men, black and white, free men and women of color, and slaves who have been liberated. And we follow the interweaving of their interconnected narratives all the way through this march, right up until the end of the war. It certainly is not a history lesson, it's a drama. And it's a comedy. I mean, it's full of fun and the vitality and the randiness of life. It's wild, it's full of action, it's full of combat, there's a lot of music. But basically, it's telling the story of this march, negotiating back and forth between Sherman and other historical characters, including Stanton, who was the Secretary of War, who's a character in the story, and even Lincoln, who's a character in the novel. And these fictional characters, whose adventures, you might say, are the foregrounded narrative. So E.L. Doctorow, who's a novelist that most of us know and revere because his books have been an inspiration and a surprising illumination of history. He is devoted to telling the American story. And this is in some ways, the defining narrative of our American character.